If you look at what you have in life, you will always have more than enough. If you look at what you lack in life, you will never feel it is enough. Oprah Winfrey. Life is like a garden. If we cherish the flowers that have bloomed, their fragrance and beauty will spread further. But if we only focus on the empty patches of soil, we will see nothing but desolation and barrenness. Gratitude is like the morning sunlight. The more it shines, the more it makes the soul blossom with flowers of happiness. Conversely, endless comparison and craving are like the shadow of night, swallowing all joy, turning us into those who always feel lacking. So, instead of reaching for distant horizons, embrace the simple things around you. A warm meal, a familiar smile, a peaceful night's sleep. As long as you cherish them, you will see that life is already complete. And from that fullness, you gain the strength to move forward, to dream, and to sow new seasons of flowers in your own journey. You must be the change you wish to see in the world. Mahatma Gandhi. The vast world out there is actually woven from countless tiny threads. Each person, each action, each thought of ours. If you long for a world full of love, justice, and compassion, you cannot just stand aside and wait, like someone gazing at a garden without planting seeds. Change does not begin with the crowd, but with small steps, a kind word, a good deed, a steadfast resolve within yourself. Imagine, when a single candle is lit, the darkness around it naturally recedes. And if thousands, millions of candles shine together, darkness will have no place to hide. We are like that. Each of us is a candle, a source of light. When we change ourselves, we plant a seed of transformation for the entire world. And so, the beautiful world we yearn for is no longer distant. It begins with us, right now, today. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hatred cannot drive out hatred. Only love can do that. Martin Luther King Jr. In the deepest darkness, if we only add more darkness, everything becomes denser, colder. But a single small candle's flicker, and darkness instantly retreats, like a weakened foe with no ground to stand on. Likewise, hatred is like a raging fire that consumes the soul. If we counter it with more fire, the world will be left in ashes. Only love, like a cool stream, can quench that fire, allowing a parched heart to sprout anew, to become green again. This is not weakness, but profound strength. Light is stronger than darkness. Love is greater than hatred. If each of us kindles a spark of faith, extends a kind gesture, opens our heart with love, this stormy world will gradually find calm. For in the end, only light can guide the way, and only love can build a world worth living in. Do one thing every day that you are afraid of. Eleanor Roosevelt. Fear is like an invisible wall, confining us to a familiar room where there is no fresh breeze or radiant sunlight. But when we dare to touch what we fear, dare to take a step through that shadowy haze, we realize that wall is merely an illusion created by our own mind. Each time we face and overcome fear, we are like a mountain climber, each breath labored, each step trembling, but upon reaching the summit, we see a vast sky we never knew existed. Fear, then, is no longer an enemy, but a teacher, shaping us through challenges. And if each day we conquer ourselves once more, gradually, life will open doors to freedom, stronger and more radiant than we ever imagined. In the end, the number of years in your life is not what matters. What matters is the life in your years. Abraham Lincoln. People often measure their lives by age, by the endless tally of years, but true meaning lies not in length, but in how we ignite each moment. A candle may burn long in silence, or flare briefly in a blaze, to spread warmth and light. Life is the same. It's not how long we live that counts, but how we make each day a memorable mark. Consider this: a smile given, a helping hand, a dream realized. All these make our time vibrant and full of color. When we live fully, each moment becomes a precious gem strung together into a shimmering chain of memories. And when we look back, we won't measure life by the years gone by, but by the joy, love, and value we've sown into this world. If life were predictable, it would cease to be life and lose its flavor. Eleanor Roosevelt. Life is like that. It's the surprises, the unexpected turns that give it salt, sweetness, and spice to the journey of being human. We sometimes fear the unexpected, but it's through it that we learn to grow. Sudden rains teach us to cherish golden sunlight. Bitter failures plant seeds of strength and resilience. If everything were foreseeable, life would hold no anticipation, no discoveries to uncover. Embrace surprises as the seasoning of each day. Today may bring hardship, but that hardship makes tomorrow's joy all the sweeter. Life has flavor because it always surprises us, challenges us, then gifts us moments of wonder we'll never forget. Life is a series of lessons that must be lived to be understood. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Just as we cannot learn to swim by merely reading about waves, we cannot grasp life by standing on the sidelines observing every joy, every sorrow, every fall, every triumph is a vivid page in the book of life. Some lessons only appear after tears. Some truths only shine after collisions that seem painful. It's when we walk, correct, love, lose, that life's outlines gradually come into focus, like a painting drawn by our own heart. Instead of fearing or avoiding, let us embrace life as a humble student. Each day is a new classroom, each experience a teacher. Keep going, keep living, and we'll realize this journey, whether rough or smooth, brings priceless lessons that only time and experience can bestow. Life is never fair, and perhaps that unfairness applies to most of us. Oscar Wilde. Indeed, no one starts at the same point. Some are born with favorable conditions, others must struggle from scarcity. If we endlessly demand absolute fairness, we will always feel discontent, for life is woven from uneven patches. Yet this very unfairness is the material that shapes each journey's uniqueness. Those given less have the chance to forge resilience, determination, and fortitude. Those facing harsh trials gain deeper insight into the value of love and sharing. Like a garden, not every flower is planted in a sunny spot, but sometimes the flowers blooming from rocky crevices are the ones that inspire us most. Life is not fair, that's true, but instead of merely complaining, we can choose to turn adversity into motivation, scarcity into a drive to rise. For unfairness is sometimes a test to help each of us discover hidden strength and write our own unique story. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. Albert Einstein. People may live for personal gain, amassing wealth or fame, but all those things fade with time. What remains, like an eternal mark, is the love and contributions we've given. A life lived only for oneself is like a candle, burning in a closed room. It shines, but its light reaches no one else. In contrast, when we live for others, that light becomes a flame passed on, warming and guiding countless souls. Living for others doesn't mean neglecting oneself, but finding joy in sharing, a word of encouragement, a helping hand, an open heart. It's in the moment we bring joy to others that we truly feel life's worth. For the deepest meaning of life lies not in how much we have, but in how much we've given. And when the heart lives for others, each passing day becomes a cherished gift, making our life truly worth calling lived. The purpose of our lives is to be happy. People tirelessly seek wealth, fame, power, knowledge. But in the end, all these are merely paths, not the destination. The true destination is happiness, what makes our hearts bloom, our eyes shine, and our lives meaningful. Happiness doesn't always require grand things. It may hide in a peaceful morning, in familiar laughter, in a warm embrace, or simply in the calm of living true to oneself. Like a flower, happiness is not to be grasped tightly, but to savor its fragrance in the present moment. The key is learning to see happiness in the journey, not just awaiting a distant goal. When we cherish each small drop of life, an ocean of happiness gradually appears. And so, living for happiness is not selfish, but living fully to spread joy, to make this life warmer and more worth living. Life is actually very simple, but we insist on making it complicated. In truth, happiness is simple: a warm meal, a companion, a restful sleep. But we often weave into our lives tangled threads of ambition, comparison, worry, losing the serenity we naturally have. Like a calm, clear lake, only when we toss too many stones in do ripples form, then turn murky. Life is the same. If we let go of calculations, listen and cherish the small things, it becomes light and pure. Simplicity doesn't mean poverty. Du raffinement, depth. When the mind is less complicated, we can feel the pristine beauty of life, like watching a flower bloom, hearing a soothing melody, or simply smiling at ourselves. Life is simple. It's human hearts that are complex, and when we choose simplicity, we truly find peace. Life itself is the most wonderful fairy tale. Hans Christian Andersen. We often think fairy tales are magical wonders, princesses, princes, or the magic of a wand. But in reality, our everyday lives are their own fairy tales, with us as the protagonists. Some days we are innocent children. Some days, brave heroes facing challenges. Sometimes we fall into despair, but rise again like characters stepping from a storybook. Life gifts us small miracles, a smile that dispels fatigue, an embrace that mends a heart, a belief that lights up a path. The wonder of life lies in this. Though we have no grand castles or pumpkin carriages, each of us can write our own fairy tale with love, hope, and resilience. And when we cherish each moment, finding beauty in the ordinary, we realize no need to dream of distant fairy tales, for the life we live is the most radiant magic. Don't let making a living stop you from building a life. John Wooden. We all need to make a living. Food, clothing, money, responsibilities are unavoidable. But if we stop at merely surviving, we risk becoming machines of labor, running endlessly in a cycle, forgetting the deeper meaning of living. Making a living is for survival. Building a life is for thriving. One may work a lifetime to amass wealth, but without time for love, sharing, enjoyment, and growth, that life may end as a hollow number. In contrast, when we find balance, we work diligently to sustain life while sowing joy, dreams, and values that make each day worthwhile. Work is one part, but not the whole. Family, friendship, passion, experiences, and inner peace are the bricks that build a true life. So, don't let survival steal your chance to live meaningfully. Make a living to exist, but build a life to truly live. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. Helen Keller. Life isn't meant for merely existing, but a journey to explore, challenge, stumble, and grow. If we live blandly, repeating tasteless days, we're standing on the sidelines of our own lives. Adventure doesn't always mean far-off travels, conquering mountains, or crossing oceans. Sometimes, boldness is daring to chase a dream, to love someone, to change when we're on the wrong path. Each step beyond fear, each breach of limits, is a true adventure, and by living so, we taste life's full flavor. Sweetness, bitterness, radiant light, and challenging shadows all blend into a vibrant journey, a journey worthy of being called life. For without boldness, without stepping out, life is just a faint void, leaving no trace. Life is a long lesson in humility. James M. Barrie. No matter how talented, we still err. No matter how strong, we have moments of weakness, needing a hand to lift us. Humility doesn't diminish us. It opens the door to learning and growth. Like the vast ocean, by staying low, it gathers countless streams. So too with us. Only by humbling our ego can we receive wisdom and love from life. Each challenge, each fall, each gain or loss, all are pages teaching us humility. The more we learn, the more we see that life's value lies not in standing atop peaks, but in listening, sharing, and seeing ourselves with honest eyes. Life is an endless classroom, and its greatest lesson, patiently taught, is humility. Life is made of many farewells woven together. Charles Dickens. For we all experience losses, parting with childhood, with loved ones, with unfulfilled dreams. Those voids seem to leave cracks that never heal. But in those moments of breaking, we learn to mend. Lowe, forgiveness, time, and inner resilience help us stitch the tears in our soul. Scars may remain, but from those scars, we grow stronger, deeper, cherishing more what we still have. Like a broken pottery, mended with gold. In Japan's art of kintsugi, the cracks are not hidden, but become the most beautiful, precious part. Life, in the end, is not a flawless canvas, but a vast tapestry woven from countless breaks and joins. Each farewell and mending adds a new pattern, and when we look back, we see the entire picture, radiant and precious. Life is merely testing everything to see if it works. Bradbury. Sometimes we think difficulties are punishments, failures are the end, but in truth, life is just running experiments to help us find the right path, the true values. Like a scientist, patiently testing and retesting to find the right formula, we too need mistakes, stumbles, and do-overs. Each challenge isn't meant to break us, but to illuminate what doesn't work, guiding us closer to what's right. If we shift our perspective, failure isn't frightening, but a stepping stone in the experiment. Each step through adds a piece to complete our own picture, and with patience through these trials, we reach maturity, strength, and a life effective in our own unique way.